Yep, let's jump straight into the next match.
I need to... I'm gonna... I'm gonna listen.
Epic game. It looks like it's 1-1 on the sheet at least. But meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DBHS. We are jumping straight into the next match. It is gonna be between ryuuaa, and Hidden on Osu. Both of these players currently on DJ Mag, a certified hook classic if you ask me. And both players, I mean, you already know what this map is about. It is your classic control mixed tech match. And both players are gonna get jumped straight into the KI. Both players find misses on this extremely intense slow aim control section. And as the map draws on, really nobody's able to triumph. Hidden on Osu is having that victory in terms of their accuracy, which is giving them that score lead. But other than that, no one able to hold that large of a combo. Hidden on Osu is going to be able to hit through a bit more of the KI, which is going to put them in a very good position going into this second half. Meanwhile, ryuuaa clearly not too comfortable on the hidden element of this map, finding chain miss after chain miss. I mean, this map might be hard, but Hidden on Osu might just be the one with the slightly higher skill cap, being able to handle this map slightly better. And it is evident in what we are seeing right here on screen right now. Alright, sorry, I just had to go for a short water break. Hydration is important, chat. As of right now, it looks like ryuuaa has been able to make up for some of the accuracy deficit with now only 3% separating these two players. And with a slight combo lead that might allow them to bring the score slightly more in their favor. But the map is long from over. And as you get into the slider aim session, both players find misses. But I mean, with a bit less than half of the map left, ryuuaa still has some sort of opportunity for a comeback. 20k score separates these two players, so it is still anybody's game. But as you get into the next flowing section of the map, more chain misses coming from ryuuaa. They really need to get their head in the game when it comes to these flow patterns if they want to be able to make this comeback. They did a very good job holding in the off KI sections, but when these flowing sections come in, it is really rough for them. Going into the last quarter of the map, we get into the 1/3 section. And really, it is still on the side of Hidden on Osu as they are just exercising a substantially higher level of comfort when it comes to this map, or at least on the flowing sections of this map. But I will say, with that miss from Hidden on Osu, ryuuaa now getting that 300 combo on the board, may be able to sort of find some comeback, but we're getting into another flow section, and as we've seen before, I mean, ryuuaa not too confident on the flow of this map, but they are holding, they do go down, and that might be the end. But Hidden on Osu finds a few chain misses, and we see more from where that came from. That might be enough to swing the score. 19k, 20k between these two players. As you're getting into the second half of the last KI, it looks like Hidden on Osu, just off the back of that slightly higher comfort on the map, is going to walk out of this match the victor. Alright, we are just getting all the stream stuff sorted, so do halt as we get stuff sorted out. Yep, and it looks like we join in right on time for the DT3. This is gonna be a pick from ryuuaa. Alright, let's get into the DT3. This map comes in at 230 BPM, so the map places slightly more emphasis on aim and your stamina slash tapping. As you can see right from the beginning of the map, there are a lot of high spacing flow aim for these players to deal with. And as of right now, looks like ryuuaa is going to come out of that first initial KI with a slightly higher score. And not to mention holding the accuracy lead in their favor right now. Gonna take an early lead on the map, which might be pretty significant as this map is rather short, coming in at only 1 minute and 30 seconds long. Second half of the map, and ryuuaa is still holding a very solid combo. Meanwhile, Hidden on Osu not being able to get anything on the board. ryuuaa is looking to just continue to push forward as you get into the 1/3 section. ryuuaa just barely over aims a circle and finds that miss, but it's alright as they've grown that scoreline to about a 200k, and Hidden on Osu has absolutely nothing to respond to that lead. And I think this is a done deal. A very good pick from ryuuaa. It was clear to see that they just exercised significantly more comfort when it came to this map. And yeah, what can I say? A very good pick from them. Oh my goodness, was my mic muted all this time? Jesus Christ. That's awkward. Anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting into the Hard Rock 4, your resident tiebreaker slot, your tiebreaker 1 map. This is a aim control map, a lot of weird patterns, a lot of snappy patterns on this map, which are very, very rough, especially on the Hard Rock. Pretty difficult, not just on the aim, but on the accuracy side of things as well. As of right now, ryuuaa is holding that combo lead, but not, in fact, dropping... in fact, with that drop from the combo, losing that combo lead, so that is going to cause the score to equalize for now. Hidden on Osu making a pretty good comeback on the accuracy as well. This map is rather consistent in its difficulty, so really it's just a cold, hard war of attrition when it comes down to it. Seems as though both players sort of struggling on this section of the map. Everybody finding misses, but as the vocals come in, I will say this section is slightly easier to combo in terms of, you know, how challenging it is mechanically. There aren't as many snap patterns, but of course the raw aim definitely makes up for the difficulty of this section. Right now, ryuuaa is holding that combo lead as well as the accuracy lead. Slowly but surely gonna bring that score back to their side. But we still have a third of 3/4 of the map left in the tank, so whew, we are still in for that ride. And with the slider, Hidden on Osu is now at a critical combo deficit compared to ryuuaa. Currently, ryuuaa is holding that 500 combo with a pretty solid accuracy lead to boot. And really, now it's looking rough for Hidden on Osu because ryuuaa is comfortably in that driver's seat and they're going to step on that gas to try to widen that lead more and more. We get into a rather slow section, but it's in these sections where your nerves can really build up. And well, we have to hope for an unlucky shit miss from ryuuaa right now if we want Hidden on Osu, if we want to soften the blow on Hidden on Osu. But we get into the speed aim section of the map and ryuuaa in fact goes down. Meanwhile, Hidden on Osu now has the combo lead. With only 30k separating these two players, a comeback might still be doable. Hidden on Osu is fighting back, and both players see their scores. And Hidden on Osu knows what needs to be done. The nerves will start to build, and the nerves get the better of Hidden on Osu as they find an unlucky miss. Oh dear. Gonna continue to be rather slow right now, but with ryuuaa now holding a firm grip of that combo lead, it's not looking too good for Hidden on Osu. A few fast jumps, but neither player are caught off guard. ryuuaa in fact is caught off guard on those 1/3, but Hidden on Osu immediately trades it back up. And I mean, trades can keep coming, but they're just gonna favor ryuuaa. We get back into another speedy section, a speed up section. But as of right now, Hidden on Osu has about 50k worth of score to make up. And on a map as long as this, I really don't know if it's gonna be possible. But never say never. We're getting into the controlling section, and well, we saw Hidden on Osu take the early lead on the early control section of the map. So, you know, perhaps miracles can happen. Yeah, we get into the control section, and this part is so brutal. ryuuaa just fighting change missiles left, right, center, Hidden on Osu. Having a slightly better time, but not a good time at all. And we get into the last 8 of the map. The map is gonna just continue speeding up from this point. We get into the snap control of the section of the map once again. And well, ryuuaa is holding that 200 combo, and they're just not going to give up that lead. That lead has grown to about 80k at this point. And as you get into the last few seconds of the map, yep, it looks like indeed ryuuaa is going to take the match 3-3. Another solid pick from these players. Alright, straight after that Hard Rock 4, we're getting straight into another map. It's going to be Ritmo Brutissimo. This is a map, to say the very least. I think very quickly you should see what the main gimmick of this map is. This map is borderline slider gimmick. And the slider velocity on the map is so brutal. As you can see, both players clearly not the most comfortable on it, but it looks like Hidden on Osu is slightly more prepared. And the real killer of this map is when those reverse sliders come in, because you actually have to aim those, and you know, I'm not too sure many players are that comfortable when it comes to hitting these huge reverse sliders. Right now, both players are pretty evenly matched. ryuuaa just having a slight accuracy lead, which is giving them the score lead overall. I find it rather interesting that Hidden on Osu decided to go for this RNG pick. But I mean, really, this pick can swing either way. We get into the circular sliders, and both players straight up misses as soon as this section begins. I think a difficulty aspect of this map definitely is in the sense that, you know, you're going from these huge sliders to having to stop very abruptly at the end of some of them. But as of right now, ryuuaa is going to continue to hold that score lead that we've seen them done in the latter half of the map. The Aspire sliders start to kick in, and as you get into the last quarter of the map, ryuuaa with now about 150 score lead in a 50 combo lead. Holy crap. In a vacuum might not look too much, but that is significant on this map. To get into the last quarter of the map, it looks like we're gonna see our first break point of the match. It's gonna be on Nomad 4 ryuuaa. An excellent performance from them, and perhaps a mispick from Hidden on Osu. Alright, let's get into our next map. It's gonna be a DT. We're hopping into the DT2. I believe this is the more finger control-y slot of the pool. This map comes in at around 200 BPM, so where this map lacks in its raw speed, it definitely makes up in its control element. ryuuaa, being the player who won the last DT map that we've seen before, definitely gonna be the favorite going into this match. But as of right now, some early misses from both players. And in fact, Hidden on Osu is going to hold that score lead with a better accuracy. This map is on the longer side for a DT map, coming in at 3 minutes long, so I mean it is far from over. And Hidden on Osu has a long ways to go if they want to make this breakpoint. We get into the more stamina intensive section of the map. XL decel streams. But as of right now, both players seem to be acing them. No breaks from either side right now. But ryuuaa is looking extremely scary with that recovery. And as you get into the second half of the flow, Hidden on Osu finds a miss. And ryuuaa, now with the combo lead, slightly brings that score back. But with a bunch of accuracy drops, ryuuaa in fact goes down. But Hidden on Osu immediately responds with a bunch of chain misses as well. And right now, we're getting into almost the halfway section of the map, with ryuuaa holding that combo and accuracy lead. A very nice comeback from ryuuaa. And that was what I was mentioning. ryuuaa was just waiting right at Hidden on Osu's door, waiting for that opportunity to capitalize. And capitalize they did. Second slow aim section of the map. ryuuaa finding a bunch of 50s, finding a bunch of chain misses in fact. And that is looking to bring the score back, but Hidden on Osu now responds with a bunch of 50s of their own, but not missing, not dropping that combo. Finally going down at that extremely spaced section, but it is still sort of anyone's game. I mean, any sort of chain miss, any sort of huge egg drop can just cause the score to go at a moment's notice. But as you get into the last quarter of the map, time is running out for Hidden on Osu. ryuuaa with a 3% accuracy lead on Hidden on Osu. Definitely looking very good going into the last quarter of the map. But Hidden on Osu does have that combo lead. But this last KI is really what's gonna determine whether or not they'll be able to make this comeback. The most intense flow of the map, and both players seem to be hitting it. No large egg drops from either side, but I mean, if both players just trade it back and forth, it looks like ryuuaa, despite finding that miss, that early combo lead is going to allow them to secure the point on the board. And Hidden on Osu, despite hitting the entirety of that last KI, and which is no easy feat whatsoever. It just was not enough to triumph over ryuuaa. And ryuuaa gets another point on the board, converting that breakpoint into a 2-point lead. Alright, next up on the chopping board, we have No Mod 3, the control/alternate map of the pool. Given how Hidden on Osu, we've seen them sort of favor these more control-y picks, it is a understandable pick from them. Map opens up with a bunch of slow cross-screen jumps as well as a lot of flow, which kind of gives you a hint of what to expect from this map. The map is very, very long, coming in at 4 minutes and 30 seconds long, so there's gonna be a lot of this a lot of this aim control, a lot of these wide angles that these players need to deal with. And in fact, I believe this map sort of tests your right hand stamina per se, because you're constantly being forced to aim these extremely big jumps, not to mention control all the flow of this map. That, you know, at some point your stamina on the right hand might seem to take a hit. Not something that usually comes into play, but on maps like these, which are incredibly wide and incredibly awkward to hit, it might start to play a role. We get into the second half of the map with Hidden on Osu holding was holding a very solid combo lead. Finally drops, but that was good damage done to the score lead. And it just looks like overall, Hidden on Osu just has slightly more comfort when it comes to this map. Although ryuuaa is bringing that accuracy lead closer and closer, Hidden on Osu just able to combo through more of the map. And as I mentioned before, I mean, this map is very consistent in its difficulty, albeit very difficult overall in its difficulty. And Hidden on Osu just seems to be able to hold through these flowing sections more comfortably than ryuuaa. That score lead has grown to about a 90k, almost 100k. And I mean, on a map as long as this, that is going to be significant and very difficult to make up. And as the map comes to its final seconds, a very good pick from Hidden on Osu. Definitely what they needed to get themselves back into the game. Alright, jumping straight into what I believe is the next Hard Rock map of the pool. This is gonna be Hard Rock 1. Hard Rock Mechanics aim map of the pool. I believe this is a more tapping intensive Hard Rock 1. Gonna be some flow patterns in the map as you just seen before. On a maps of slightly lower BPM like this, well, they have to compensate for the difficulty somewhere, and it definitely is in these extremely complex flowing sections. Given how ryuuaa is the player that we've seen sort of opt for these hard rock picks, opt for the higher AR picks as well, and given how they did win the Hard Rock 4, very understandable pick on their end. But I mean, Hidden on Osu is no sloucher when it comes to these control picks as well. It's just gonna boil down to that comfort. ryuuaa, in fact, finding that miss, going to go into the KI, going to go into this jump section at a combo deficit. In fact, despite holding the accuracy, the Hidden on Osu has that 350 combo and counting. Finally goes down on that flow section. But I mean, if Ryu continues to find these misses, it's gonna look pretty good for Hidden on Osu. But really, that accuracy is really keeping ryuuaa in the game, and on a map as intense and as scary as this one, that combo lead is going to be very prominent as both players struggle to find combos. Oh my goodness, everybody demolishes that flowing section. But Hidden on Osu misses on the zigzags that come right after. And now Ryu has both the combo and accuracy lead. Going into a bit of a break section. And now ryuuaa is just looking to widen that score gap more and more. Get into the second half, it's looking really good for ryuuaa. Stepping their foot on the gas. We get into a guitar solo section of the map. And Hidan Osu, in fact, on this incredibly intense 1/3 section, actually holds through it. Meanwhile, ryuuaa finds a bunch of misses here and there during that section. And now the combo lead is back in favor of Hidan Osu. But the question is, how far can they hold? And they miss right as I say that on the incredibly wide angle flow. And ryuuaa is back to having that combo lead, looking very comfortable going to this last quarter. Last aim section of the map. And now the question is, how far can ryuuaa take this lead? Finds a miss, but I don't think any miss from this point on is going to matter whatsoever. The early damage was just too painful to that scoreline. That score leads about a 120k. And a very solid performance from ryuuaa on this map. I think the accuracy really carried them through. Alright, with that, the match is now 6-4. The pick is back in favor of Hidan Osu. Currently down 1 breakpoint against Ryu. And now what will they go for? I mean, they've exhausted all the hiddens and it looks like they're gonna go for the No More 2. Destroy the happy end. This is the speedy. I mean, this map is rather speedy, coming in at around 218 BPM. Shouldn't be anything too difficult for both of these players, but I do believe that there are a lot of hacky elements in this map which might trip some of these players up. Alright. Let's get into this No More 2. Once again, Hidan Osu is the more control-oriented player of the two. So if there was a pick that they were to go for, this is definitely an understandable one. ryuuaa finds an early miss on that bus slider, but it's not gonna matter too much. This map is rather short, coming in at a bit under 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, but it's a very, very dense in its difficulty. Hidan Osu is going to be the first one to find misses on these slow aim sections, giving ryuuaa some opportunity to, make that combo back. And in fact, being able to topple that scoreline, but both players misread that pattern. Very, very rough the way that that stream overlaps on itself. Both players can see their scores, and they know that it is currently dead even. ryuuaa holding that slightly higher accuracy lead, as you've seen him do throughout this match a bunch of times. And that's really what's gonna keep their score on their side. A bit of a slow section right now. Everybody hits that slow aim section, but we get into the XL streams of this map. And ryuuaa finds a bunch of chain misses, losing their accuracy and combo lead. Meanwhile, Hidan Osu completely demolishes all of them. Very, very solid performance, and in a split second, Hidan Osu has grown that score lead to a massive 100k. Finally goes down on right after that bus slider section, but I mean, the question is, does Ryu even have enough accuracy to make this comeback? They do have the combo lead, which they just lost. And I think that might have just sealed the nail in the coffin, hammered the nail in the coffin. Last ace of the map. This section is full of circular flow, which hidden on Osu, I mean, does not need to hit whatsoever in order to win this point. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, the match is now 6-5, and we are at a potential tiebreaker situation. This is exciting, to say the very least. But I will say, the pick is now shifted back to ryuuaa. So, I mean, Hidden on Osu need to play on uncomfortable footing, uncomfortable ground if they want to, you know, make this comeback. Definitely going to be a hard rock pick from ryuuaa, as we've seen them win 2 hard rock picks, hard rock 1 and hard rock 4. But it looks like ryuuaa is not going to show any mercy whatsoever. Instantly goes for the hard rock pick, in fact saying that they need to wrap it up. No mercy coming in from them. But we'll see how much they hold to their word as you get into the hard rock 3. This map has just jumps, and jumps. 220 BPM, so it's higher BPM. It's at a higher BPM from what we saw in Hard Rock 1. So it's gonna be more mechanics intense. It's gonna have a larger emphasis on mechanics. And as of right now, Ryu is going to be holding the accuracy and combo lead, as you've seen him do throughout all of the Hard Rock picks that we've seen before. You know, Osu kind of lagging behind, especially finding a bunch of misses whenever it comes to those 5-note bursts. And really, this could just be boiled down to a hard rock comfort issue. Really, Ryu is just showing who's the boss on this map. We are only about almost halfway through the map. Very short map as well. And Ryu has about a 200k score lead on this map. Very, very dominant showing on this map, and I think it might just be over. I mean, Ryu was not kidding when they said that they wanted to end it right here, right now. We are about, you know, 2/3 of the map through. Ryu still holding that FC, as well as a 98.7% accuracy on this map. Definitely no easy feat whatsoever, and as both players see that scoreboard, Hidden on Osu is just as confused as we are. This is an insane score from Ryu. Hits all of that flow. And what a way to close out the match. I mean, even if Ryu misses right now, this is still a monstrous score. And they do finally go down, but yeah, Ryu was not kidding. They came into this Hard Rock 3 absolutely swinging. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, ryuuaa is going to win the match 7-5. Similar to the last match that we saw. And yeah, that is going to be the match. Ryu. A very, very strong performance on that Hard Rock 3 to seal the deal. Just ending the match right there, right there. Right then, right there, extremely quickly.
I forgot this
and
map
yeah,
is weird and it just gets stuck on this screen. So,
Epic game.
I did that last match too. I don't know why.
Yep, but that is going to be the match. Thank you guys so much for watching. I believe that is the last match in this block. Correct me if I'm wrong, Medro.
We have another match a little over an hour away at 14 PC.
Yep.
I imagine I will stream unless someone else shows up. I could probably commentate that though. Go after work.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to Mejiro for being the lovely streamer for this match, as well as Hunter, as well as the Hunter one for, you know, being our lovely ref. But yeah, until our next match at 14, ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Gami Krila. You've been watching Dio's Bizarre Holiday Singles, and we will see you in the next stream. Goodbye.